Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and we are live. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. It is May 14th, and we are here we are joined by Matthew today.
Hello.
And this is the new episode of the Met Report, movies, entertainment, and television news. So the people who are watching us live right now, could you just let me know if there's an issue with the sound or the picture or whatever the case might be? Just let me know, because sometimes I can't tell, if things are going on. So just go ahead and let me know in just a little bit. And thank you guys for joining us today on this Mother's Day. And what we're going to do today, there's a few things that we're going to do. So we're going to do our 2023 summer movie preview. So we're going to talk about a few of those movies, give our thoughts on our anticipation levels and things like that. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Rocket and Cosmo hot toy announcement that was presented earlier this week. We're going to talk briefly about that. And then we're also going to do the unboxing and review of the Luke Skywalker hot toy today as well. So we'll be doing that. And then I'm going to announce a new giveaway later today. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. So we have a Birdie Moon there. Says no issue. So no issue with the sound. Thanks so much for letting me know. And let's see. So let's get started with some of these things here. So again, everyone, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already for future content, future giveaways, and things like that. There's a lot of things that are happening or going to happen in the future with our channel. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So let's see. So let's begin here. Actually, let's start with this one right here. So this giveaway, this Funko Pop giveaway of the Luke Skywalker, the holographic version from Return of the Jedi. So that Funko giveaway opened earlier this week, so it is still open. So go ahead and follow the instructions if you're interested in entering for this one here. Matthew has the actual Funko here. So this is the one that I'll be giving out. So this is the exact one here. So I'm putting it straight to the camera. So that's what we'll be doing here. And then, like I said, there is another giveaway. There's another giveaway that I'm doing at the end of the stream. I'm opening a new one. It'll be related to the summer 2023 movie preview. Now, I'm going to check the Canon camera because last time there was an issue. So let's see. Okay, so that's the Canon camera. So it looks like it's okay. Now, the lighting is off because it's a different camera and so forth. So I haven't, adjusted the settings or anything like that. But looks like the Canon camera is working. Last time, I think the battery died or something. And maybe that's why it was frozen or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But so that's the Canon camera. And that's our face cam here. So, Matthew, are we ready to begin with this first topic?
Sure.
Of this new Met Report. So I'm going to start off with the hot toy announcement of Rocket and Cosmo. So this was made earlier this week. I think it was on Thursday. So last week they did announce the Groot Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 hot toy. And it has like all the arms. And it looks pretty cool if you want the deluxe edition. I'm personally not going to get that. But it looks like Hot Toys are slowly announcing all of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Or at least most of them from what it looks like here. So this is the one that they've announced this week. That's a solo picture of him right there with his weapon. And I know a lot of people are fans of Rocket, especially now since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out. That was the best part of the movie here. Before we get into a little bit more details of this, Matthew, what are your thoughts of this Rocket and Cosmo announcement of the Hot Toys?
It's cool. It looks fine. I don't think personally I would get this one. It doesn't really call to me, especially with this specific outfit that they wore in this movie.
In Volume 3?
Yes.
Yeah, so what I found out about this, because I haven't been following Hot Toys and stuff like that. I just recently started adding Hot Toys as part of my segments in the Met Report. Hot Toys usually make Hot Toys that are related to movies or TV characters and things like that. And I started getting some So I was like, oh, let's talk about that because, like I said, it's all about movies and TV, and we can actually talk about those particular movies or TV shows because it's connected to the toy. So at this point, we have this rocket. Now, from my understanding of this, especially from the other people who have been following Hot Toys or figures overall, looks like it's the same exact Hot Toy from the rocket from Endgame. So it looks like they didn't change anything as far as the actual raccoon, the actual character. Looks like it's the same exact one. They just changed, obviously, the outfit. So the outfit is different because it's for Volume 3, but it's the same exact one. So I know some of the fans, the fandom of the Hot Toys or collectibles in general, weren't really happy about that. Maybe it's laziness going on with Hot Toy, or maybe it's just being cost effective. It's just depending on how you see things. So specifically when it comes to this one, though, it does come with Cosmo. And Cosmo was a cool character. I like Cosmo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And she was actually cool in the Guardians Holiday Special. So I like the Holiday Special. I think more so than actually the movie, Volume 3.
Same.
So she was cool in both of them, both projects there. And I'm not sure why they included Cosmo specifically with Rocket, because there's not much interaction between Cosmo and Rocket. Just I don't know if that'll be. Will that be spoilers? I don't know if there'll be spoilers, but they definitely do share a scene or so, but they're not really together, connected in a way that they would do a 2-pack here. Now, when you think of Rocket and a 2-pack, I would think Rocket and Groot. Or even if you're gonna do Cosmo, and
Craiglin? Yeah.
That's his name. You know exactly what I was thinking of. So that's James Gunn's brother, the actor who's portraying that character, the new Yondu, I guess you can say, with the arrow and all that shit. So him and Cosmo would make more sense, because I think both of those two characters, I don't think they're that popular compared to the rest of the Guardians. So I think that would make more sense if he was with Cosmo, not so much Rocket. But yeah, so we got this Rocket thing. I have no plans of getting this specific Hot Toy. And then Matthew, you said you're not probably gonna get this, right?
Nope.
So this is what it comes with here. So it's just a couple of images here that you can see. Now going back to, actually, let's go back to this one right here. So you see Star-Lord in the background. So obviously Hot Toys, and I'm assuming here, it looks like they are obviously made a Star-Lord Guardians Volume 3 Hot Toy, and I think that's it. So we only see the back of Star-Lord there. So I'm sure they'll announce him fairly soon. But going back to what they have here, so again, it comes with Cosmo and just a few little parts there. Now the price of this, I think it's pretty high, considering that looks like it's the same Rocket from Endgame, and I think if you can get Rocket in the Endgame version of Hot Toy, I think it might be cheaper, although it doesn't come with Cosmo, but I think it's supposed to be like better. But this one comes with Cosmo, and it's $280. Expected to ship in July through December of 2024.
Oh my God.
So I'm not sure how well this is gonna do, but this is the latest announcement for it comes to the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Hot Toy. Any final thoughts on this report or this announcement of Rocket, Matthew?
Yeah, it's a little lame. If I were to get a Rocket Hot Toy, it'd probably be the Endgame one with his comic accurate costume.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't necessarily waiting for a Rocket Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but of the ones that I've seen, the Endgame and this one, I think I would move towards the Endgame one rather than this Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 one. So those are just my thoughts there. Let's see here. So, I think that's it for this part, for the figures talk of this. Are we ready for the 2023 Summer Movies preview?
Sure.
So you ready for this, Matthew, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's definitely several movies that are coming out this summer since the pandemic. We haven't had like a full schedule like before. I think this is the first year since 2020 that we've had A lot of projects, a lot of movies coming out weekly, big movies. So obviously Hollywood, the studios are very what's the word I'm looking for? They're definitely more ready to release all these big projects, big movies that cost them a lot of money. So we have that, and I'm gonna go through. I'm not gonna do all of the movies that are coming out in summer 2023. I'll do a lot of them, especially the more popular ones, and most of them I may be planning on actually watching these. There may be a couple that I'm still kind of like iffy about. So so that's how we're gonna go with that. So let's begin by, and we're doing this by. I'm not ranking them. This is just based on release date, from what I can recall. So the first one here is Fast X, Fast 10. So this is the another sequel of the Fast and the Furious franchise, and what's been going on with the Fast and the Furious franchise, it's doing the Marvel thing where characters die and then they come back somehow. Now, when it comes to the MCU, I guess it's a little forgiving because you can do certain things. You can go to the past, like Gamora. You can have variants, or whatever the case might be, and I guess it's a little forgiving. Even that in itself could be annoying. The way that people come back in Fast and the Furious, I think it's kind of weak and kind of pathetic, to be honest with you, and it really doesn't make any sense. But obviously, Vin Diesel and the studio wants these characters to come back to the Fast and the Furious franchise. So we have Fast X. Originally, it was supposed to be a part 2 of Fast X, but recently there's a report that the studio asked Vin Diesel, who's running things, that they ask him for another movie to end this franchise. So they want Fast X to be a trilogy of things. So right now it's supposedly only 2, but it looks like it might be a trilogy of it. So this is the first one of this long finale on a Fast and the Furious franchise. That's just the way it is. It does make a lot of money. Fast and Furious does make a lot of money, more so overseas, more so in the other countries, in China and so forth. There's always a lot of action going on and a lot of sequences, and a lot of people do like the characters. So as long as they're making a lot of money, they're going to be making these Fast and the Furious movies. So we have Fast X that's coming coming out on May 19th, so that's less than a week. And Matthew, what are your thoughts on Fast and the Furious, the franchise, and specifically Fast X?
I don't care for the franchise, not at all, mostly, and I don't think I care much for Fast X based off the trailer. I'm still deciding if I should actually see this one or not.
Even though they have Jason Momoa, Aquaman, and they have Captain Marvel, Brie Larson.
Sure.
Yeah, they have like everyone now. Like everyone is in this Fast and the Furious movie. Helen Mirren is in this franchise now. The Rock. Now, this might be a spoiler, although it was announced already, and there's speculation that maybe the ticket sales for Fast X are not as high as Universal was hoping, but apparently The Rock is actually appearing somehow in this movie, and there was some kind of beef between The Rock and Vin Diesel. So whatever that beef was, maybe money, led to him coming back. So apparently that's supposedly something that leaked by one of those trade organizations, news or whatever. I think it was The Wrap. I believe The Wrap was the one who leaked this information. But there's speculation that Universal was just purposely trying to have that information come out because I guess the advanced ticket sales for Fast X are not that great. So they released that supposedly to have The Rock, or having The Rock appear again in Fast X was supposed to like push people to rush to see the movie theater, or rush to see the movie, I should say. So I do have plans of watching Fast X after talking all this shit about the Fast and the Furious franchise. I am gonna see it. I'm taking my nephew and my nieces to see it, and then Matthew, you were supposedly gonna go with me.
I'm still deciding if I
So
should.
you're still this. Okay, and like the last movie, Fast Nine, I guess. Um, that movie got incredibly ridiculous, like even more so than the other
They
ones.
went to like space or something, right?
Right. So that they go to space, and again, there's spoilers of Fast Nine. But I think if you're a big fan of this franchise, you would have already seen this. But yes, Ludacris and Tyrese go into space in a car. So yeah. So let's see how much craziness explodes in Fast X, Fast 10. But I don't know if they're gonna tone it down or I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you guys know on my Instagram. I don't know if I'll do a stream next weekend or not, but if so, I'll give you my thoughts on Fast X. But it's coming on May 19th. Any other thoughts on Fast X, Matthew?
It looks lame.
It looks lame. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. So that's the first project, 2023 summer movie preview, everyone. So the next one is The Little Mermaid, the live action version of the film. It is coming on May 26th. So just a couple weeks from now. And it's had its own sense of controversies for the wrong reasons, I would say. But yes, so we have, I think the actress's name is, and I always want to say Halle Berry, but it's Halle Bailey, I believe. Halle Bailey, so she's playing Ariel. And then we have Melissa McCarthy. I think it's McCarthy,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, because in the past, I've said McCartney, and I think that was wrong. So Melissa McCarthy, she's playing Ursula, and she looks decent for the role. Let's see how she does it. So Disney doesn't have a good record when it comes to these adaptations. So obviously, a lot of the Disney animated movies are well loved. They're classics and so forth. But the live action ones have not been that great. Even The Lion King, I didn't like as much as I thought I would. Aladdin, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
Beauty and the Beast, same thing. I thought it was all right. None of these were amazing to me. And I didn't even bother watching the Pinocchio one, the Tom Hanks one, because I heard from everyone that it sucked
Terrible.
incredibly bad. So I didn't bother with watching that Pinocchio one. And they just released the Peter Pan one, the Peter Pan and Wendy one. Again, I didn't bother watching that one either. But this one I do plan on watching. Now, a lot of the CGI that you see in the trailer, especially when you see Ariel dancing around with the fishes and it just looks kind of fake. Obviously, it's fake, but it just doesn't look good. I don't know if they maybe fixed it by the time the action movie is gonna come out, but I am curious to see how they're gonna pull this off. Something like Little Mermaid live action is kind of interesting to see how it's gonna happen here. So is this going to be one of those bad Disney live action movies, or is it gonna be actually better than some of the other ones here? So Matthew, your thoughts on the Little Mermaid?
I think it'll be okay if not bad. Not for the reason people think it's gonna be bad because of whatever her name is.
Halle Bailey.
Yeah. I just don't think it's gonna be a movie with heart. It's gonna be a very like corporate, just like
Okay.
money.
Okay, so here's the issue that I may have. It's kind of the issue that I had with Lion King. So with Lion King, I do like the live action. I'm sorry, the animated, the cartoon, the 1994 Lion King movie. But when it comes to the quote unquote live action Lion King movie, there was an issue with the lions, like because they're trying to make him look real. It kind of like didn't work. Like you see them talking and doing things like that. It was kind of jarring, I guess. So I don't know how maybe it'll be the same with the Little Mermaid, with like Flounder and Sebastian, because they look kind of real, like they're supposed to look kind of real. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. Any other thoughts on Little Mermaid?
I would like to be pleasantly surprised by this.
Yeah. So yeah, I am planning on watching this. So again, that comes out on May 26th. So that's coming up. That's towards the end of the month here, and then the next 2023 summer movie preview film that we're going to be talking about today is Across the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And I know you're excited about this movie, right, Matthew?
Yeah, decently excited about it, I would say.
Were you a fan of the first one?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. Not as much as I would say most people did, but I still liked it a lot.
Yeah. So the first one, Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, I believe.
Yes.
Into the Spider-Verse. I thought it was okay. I never thought it was great. I know some people or some critics were praising it to be like best, not just best animated feature of that year, but best film of the year, and some are even saying something like best Spider-Man movie ever.
Best superhero movie.
And yeah, so I mean, I never thought of that. That wasn't my opinion after watching this. Like I thought it was okay. It was cool looking. We have Miles Morales portraying the character in this version of Spider-Man, and or this Spider-Man specifically, and I thought it was okay. The trailer again looks pretty cool. I'm expecting to see a certain unexpected things, if that makes sense. I'm expecting the unexpected for Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. Hopefully, it's good. And yeah, any other thoughts on this one, Matthew?
I'm interested to see how they do the story because it kind of seems like I don't know what they're like. It's made to look like that Miguel O'Hara or Spider-Man 2049 is meant to be like the villain, but I don't think that's what they're gonna do.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right, so let's begin here by doing the next one here. So we have Transformers Rise of the Beast. So that's coming out on June 9th. And I didn't watch Bumblebee. I was kind of over the Transformers movies after, I think it was the one with Mark Wahlberg. The first one that had Mark Wahlberg in it. I was over that. It was not good. Uh, Transformers, the first Transformers I did like. There's a lot of things that we haven't seen on screen, and it was a lot of fun, and I thought it was entertaining. That's with Shia LaBeouf, and then they did the second one, Revenge of the Fallen, which I thought was absolutely terrible. The third one, which is I don't even remember the third one. Something of the Moon. I forgot what it's called. That one was better than the second one, but it still wasn't good. And then the fourth one, I think, was the Age of Extinction or something, Transformers Extinction or something, the one with the dinosaurs or the Transformer dinosaurs with Mark Wahlberg. That was the last one that I've seen. And then they did another one, the fifth one, the Last Night or something. I forgot what it was called. That one I didn't bother watching it, or I didn't bother watching. And then they did Bumblebee. And Bumblebee, I didn't watch it again because of the other ones, but I heard that one was good.
It was.
So okay, so you have seen that one.
Yeah.
So this one, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna wait to see what the critique is from reviewers, critics, and then the audience. So we'll see about that one. But so this is Transformers: Rise of the Beast. What are your thoughts on this one, Matthew?
I have no interest in this. I groan every time I see the trailer in theaters.
So you didn't even like the trailer of the movie?
Yeah, it looks lame.
Yeah, I mean, there's parts of the trailer that look cool, but I think all of the Transformers trailers looked cool. The special effects look good. The story, I mean, the story hasn't always been very good for any of the Transformers movies, so there's that. Oh, and then the other thing, which I didn't even know about until recently, is that I think it's this character, I might be wrong, this character, I believe, is voiced by Pete Davidson. So if you're a big Pete Davidson fan,
Okay, I'm not watching
he
this.
is in Transformers Rise of the Beast. So there you go. All right. Any other final thoughts on this, Matthew?
No, I genuinely don't have like anything to say about this. Nothing.
Okay, so this is not a movie that you're going to be sad about, that you're going to miss.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, so yeah. So wait. Next one here, Elemental. Pixar's Elemental. This film is coming out on June 16th. So I mean, I'm a big fan of Pixar overall. Like the first time they released Toy Story, I saw that in theaters, and I was like obsessed with Toy Story. It was like something new, and that kind of dates me a bit. But Toy Story was awesome. All the Toy Story movies I really like. A lot of Pixar movies I really really like. This one looks good. I watched. What were the most recent ones that I saw? I saw Soul, and Soul was okay. I wasn't completely amazed by it. That was alright. And then there's the I can't remember the name of the movie now. The one with the Italian kids.
Luca.
Luca, yeah, Luca. So that one was not that good. There was parts of that movie that was kind of boring. So I wasn't a huge fan of that one. But I did like the one that came out last year, Turning Red. Yes, Turning Red was a lot of fun. I really did like that movie, and it made it to my top 10. Did you actually see that?
No.
Turning Red. Okay, so you didn't watch that one. This one does look good. The trailer looks good. It reminds me of some of the better Pixar movies here. Kind of like what's the one with the girl that you get the characters of the like it's in her head.
Inside Out.
Inside Out. There you go. Inside Out. Inside Out kind of reminds me of that one. So that one was really good too. Inside Out was really good. So this one looks cool. It talks about all the elements. You see the fire girl, and then there's the water guy, and then there's I'm guessing that's the earth or dirt guy, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure they have names in the movie itself. So I am interested in seeing this. I'll probably watch this. What are your thoughts on Elemental, Matthew?
I don't think I've seen a trailer for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It does look interesting. I think this movie was announced like a while ago, but I haven't really been keeping up with Pixar films as of lately. I didn't see Soul, I didn't see Luca or Turning Red, and the last one I saw was Lightyear, and I didn't really like that.
Oh,
movie.
that's right. I forgot about that. Lightyear. Yeah, Lightyear, I did ultimately like it, but it's not a movie that I necessarily will rewatch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot about that. That should tell you a lot about that, actually. So, any other thoughts on Elemental?
I'll probably watch it if I can, maybe.
Okay. All right, so moving on to the next one here. And I think this one might be my most anticipated one of the summer. And it's, of course, The Flash. So The Flash with Ezra Miller. And then we're going to have Michael Keaton as Batman. And, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the actress's name who's playing Supergirl, as you see in the image here. But this movie has been trying to come out for, it seems like a decade now.
Yeah, it has been.
They just keep pushing it. There's problems with Ezra Miller, with the arrests and the controversies and all this other crap with Ezra Miller. So finally, this movie's coming out. I've been hearing that it's amazing. I keep hearing that it's great. There's some people, some critics, like for example, like John Campion and them. They really liked it, and but didn't say that it wasn't like the greatest comic book ever, like some people were praising it to be. So I hope it's not a situation like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for me, that it's like everyone's saying that it's all this amazingness and praise, and it's actually going to be disappointing. So I am trying to lower my expectations a bit, but this is the one that I'm most excited about. What are your thoughts on The Flash, Matthew?
This is probably my most anticipated film of the last 10 years.
the last 10 years.
Yeah, I remember hearing when this got announced in 2014, 2 weeks after the Flash TV show started. That was like my peak likeness of the Flash, and they announced this movie, and it just never came out. I'm not really a fan of Ezra Miller as a Flash, but the movie genuinely looks like amazing based off the trailer and reaction. So I'm actually pretty excited for it.
Okay. All right. Let me see. So I'm noticing now on this stream that it's kind of laggy. So I'm gonna try to see if if I can try to fix it. So I'm gonna put the Be Right Back page, and then I'll return here. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, so hopefully I fixed it. Let me see.
It's better.
Oh, it's still kind of laggy, isn't it? Not sure why it's doing that. How about if I do the Canon camera? Is it laggy? Laggy? Okay, well,
Computer might just be hot.
I don't know what's going on. So, okay. Well, I try to fix it the best I can. So I guess we'll just deal with it for now. All right. So we were at it was The Flash, right? So The Flash coming out on
Yes.
June 16th. It's finally coming out. And again, I'm hearing a lot of good things about the movie, but we'll see what happens there. Any other final thoughts on The Flash?
I'm excited, and hopefully I get to see it before spoilers are public knowledge.
Okay. Next one here is No Hard Feelings. This was coming out on July 23rd. I believe it's a week after The Flash and Elemental, starring Jennifer Lawrence. And this movie, it's a comedy. I saw the red band trailer, and it looks like a lot of fun. I am interested in watching this. Have you seen the trailer for this, Matthew?
Yeah, it's with the where she gets hired to be some kid's girlfriend, right?
Yeah, some to that effect, to try and like change him and try to like be more uh
Extroverted.
yeah, right, be more social, talk to girls and all this other stuff. And I'm actually surprised Jennifer Lawrence would do a movie like this. I wasn't sure if she would do like a comedy like this one, like it looks like it's going to be like a raunchy comedy type of film. I am curious in watching this. Most likely I will watch this. From the trailer, it does look kind of funny. There's a lot of scenes in there that are hilarious. So hopefully they're not just showing like all the good parts or the comedy parts in the trailer, because there has been situations where I watch a movie that is a comedy and you actually watch the movie, or I watched the movie, and it was like all the good parts were in the trailer. Nothing else was funny at all. So hopefully that's not the case, but I am curious in watching it, and I most likely will be watching this. So your thoughts on this one, Matthew?
It looks decently interesting. I don't think I'll be watching it since it doesn't catch my attention that much, but it would probably be a movie like I would maybe rent later on and just watch because it seems
And the thing
interesting.
is, the thing is why I want to watch it in theaters is because I was hoping, um, I like seeing movies that feel like kind of like an event. When it comes to comedies, it's kind of cool to go to a movie theater and it's packed and you're watching a really good comedy, and the experience, the vibe is fun, and people are laughing all the time. So it kind of helps and it makes things better,
Better,
like it makes it funnier in a way.
a better experience overall.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for this movie. And then there's another comedy in this list that I'm going to talk about that I'm hoping it to be somewhat about the same. So that's No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. The next one here is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Matthew, have you seen any Indiana Jones movies?
I recently watched the first Indiana Jones movie and I liked it a
Raiders
lot.
of, Raiders of the Lost
Yeah,
Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. I like the movie a lot.
I do need to rewatch all of the Indiana Jones movies. It has been a while since I've seen them. I mentioned this before in a previous stream that I'm not a huge fan of Indiana Jones, the franchise. I like Harrison Ford as a character. Like he's great as a character. I don't see anyone else doing that. But as far as the movies, I mean they're perfectly fine. It's just I wasn't a huge fan of Indiana Jones. Like when they announced that they're making another Indiana Jones movie, I wasn't necessarily super stoked about it. And just like the Flash, it seemed like they were taking forever to actually get things rolling. There would be reports that they started filming and then they stopped filming. Then they had to rewrite the script, and Steven Spielberg was attached to direct at one point, and then that didn't happen. So they removed. I don't know if they removed him. I doubt that they removed him, but wasn't going to be part of Indiana Jones anymore. So they got someone else, and then they got what I always forget this director's name.
He's directing an upcoming Star Wars movie, right?
Right, right. He directed a Logan. I always forget the director's name, and I only forget while I'm doing a live stream. So anyway, so that director is a great director. Like I said, he directed Logan. He directed some other films in the past that were really good. And so hopefully this one is good. I am gonna watch this. but I do want to rewatch all the Indiana Jones movies. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is not that great. I remember watching it in theaters, and I thought it was alright. It wasn't too bad, but I know a lot of people hated the last one, and that one involved Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg did direct that fourth one, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the one with Shia LaBeouf and Kate Blanchett. So this one, hopefully, it's good. I will be watching it. Any other thoughts on this one?
I'm actually pretty excited for this movie. Anything that Harrison Ford is attached to nowadays, since he doesn't really do anything. Just
Yeah, because I think he's like 80 now.
yeah, he's old.
Yeah, so yeah, he's more selective on things. Although he is in this show, on Apple TV Plus, and of course I forgot the name of the show. There's a show right now with Jason Segel, that a lot of people are liking. I watched the first episode. I couldn't really get into it, to be honest with you, but so he's doing like shows now, and that's a series on Apple TV Plus. He's also doing a series on Paramount Plus, one of those Yellowstone prequels, and that one I think is called 1923, I believe. And I watched the first episode of that one. Couldn't get into it either. So there you go. I do like Harrison Ford, especially as Han Solo and
Yes.
and other movies. And you know how Harrison Ford has this. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know how many Harrison Ford movies you've seen, Matthew, but you always see Harrison Ford pointing. Like he'll be like
Like in The Force
screaming. He'll be
Awakens, where
like
he's
going
like-
like that. Blah, blah, blah. I think in like all of the movies that he's in, I think that's obviously it's got to be some kind of like acting technique that he always does this. Like, where's my wife? You know, kind of like pointing. Next time you see a Harrison Ford movie, look for that.
Oh, I will.
He does that all the time. All right. Any other thoughts on this?
It looks like it'll be a good time. I think it'll be fun.
All right. So that's coming on June 30th of this year. Finally, Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny. The next one here is Joyride. So this one is the other comedy that I was mentioning that I was talking about earlier. So this one was premiered at CinemaCon. So the guests, the theater owners, and some of the media people, they watched this movie there, and it was getting a lot of praise. I want to see it for that reason. I did watch the Red Band trailer, just like the No Hard Feelings Red Band trailer. And I did like the trailer, although there's a couple things in the trailer of this movie that seem kind of like we've seen this before. It's been done, that I didn't find funny, but maybe in the actual movie itself, maybe there's some context that I don't know about. But I may or may not watch this, but I am hearing good things about Joyride, and that this one's coming out on July 7th. Any thoughts on this one at all, Matthew?
This seems like the movie that Aquafina would kill to have a role in. But
Wow.
when I first saw this trailer in the theater, it kind of caught me off guard at first with that part at the beginning with the two little girls.
Oh, you know,
It's like,
that's the
yeah.
Red Band trailer, right?
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
That one scene. Okay. Yeah, so this one's coming out on July 7th, and I still haven't decided if I'm going to watch this or not. I might, but we'll see later on. The next one here is MI7, Mission Impossible 7. I don't think the 7 is in the title, but it is the 7th one. Dead Reckoning, Part 1. This one's coming out on July, I believe it's 14th. So a week after Joyride, July 14th. And I wasn't a huge fan of some of the Mission Impossible movies, like the fourth one with, I think it's called Ghost Protocol, I believe. And then there's another one, Rogue Nation. I think that's the fifth one. Those two I did watch, and I didn't really care much for those two. The last one that came out, Mission Impossible Fallout, that one was a lot of fun. It had Henry Cavill. There's this cool action sequence with Henry Cavill and the villains and Tom Cruise. You know, Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts. At one point, he injured himself in that Mission Impossible Fallout movie. And it's a lot of fun. So this one, Dead Reckoning, we watched. You were with me with this one, right? When they showed that little preview, like a behind the scenes on IMAX.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, so they showed you an action sequence with him on a motorcycle when he like jumps off a
Oh yeah,
cliff,
yeah.
and they showed like how they were working on doing that, and he did his own stunts on that one, and that one was pretty cool, and that in itself kind of pushed me to want to watch this. So this worked. Marketing team for Mission Impossible, that worked. So I do want to watch this. Hopefully it's fun, entertaining, and all that stuff. Any thoughts on this, Matthew?
I haven't seen a single Mission Impossible movie, but like you said, the marketing team really did their thing here. Because after seeing the trailer and that little like behind the scenes clip, like I really just want to see this just to see all the action scenes mostly. So,
Yeah. All right. So the next one here, the next movie is let's see where we're at here. Oh, Barbie. Barbie the movie with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling and Simu Liu, I believe
Yeah.
is the actor's name who plays Shang-Chi. And most recently, I found out that Michael Cera's in this movie,
Yeah.
and Will Ferrell and all these other characters. So this one's coming out on July 16th. So this is a week. Or actually, is it? No, no, no. So this one's coming out on July 21st, I believe. Yeah, so if Reckoning comes out on the 14th, so we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21st. So July 21st. Barbie's coming on July 21st. So this is competing with Oppenheimer, which we'll talk about in a bit. So this one, I have no idea how they're going to pull off this movie. It's directed by Greta Gerwig. She directed Lady Bird and the most recent Little Women movie. Both of those movies I hated.
Oh.
But I thought they were kind of boring, to be honest with you. I'm not expecting that here. So I am very interested in seeing this. The trailers look hilarious. So I'm definitely going to watch this. I'm definitely going to watch Barbie. Again, we have Ryan Gosling here, and it looks like it might be fun. Your thoughts on Barbie?
It definitely does look fun. Has like Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors. And then like the cast is just like extremely stacked. But this just looks like it's gonna be a good time. And then I really like that trailer that they recently started showing, I think.
Yeah, the most recent one.
Yes.
Yeah, it just gets a little bit more of a vibe as to what the movie's gonna be about. Kinda, although we still don't really know what the story is exactly, but it's gonna look at least very, very cool looking, just based on what we've seen. So that's Barbie coming out on July 21st. Any other thoughts on Barbie?
No, I don't think I can say much as we don't really know much either.
Okay. So the next one here is a Christopher Nolan movie, Oppenheimer, which is going to compete with Barbie. So we'll see what the numbers are going to be at the box office when we compare these two movies. But Oppenheimer, it's portrayed by some people pronounce his name either Killian or Cillian Murphy. So Cillian Murphy, I'm gonna go with Cillian for now. Cillian Murphy, he's worked with Christopher Nolan in the past. He was Scarecrow in Batman Begins, or Doctor. I can't remember the doctor's name. Anyways, so he's worked with Christopher Nolan before in the past. Christopher Nolan is he has established himself to be one of the greatest directors out there, and he's a high demanded director and writer. And Christopher Nolan was at one point on my top like 2 or 3 best directors of all time. There's a couple of the last 2 projects that he's done that I wasn't a huge fan of, so it kind of went down a bit. But the last one, Tenet, I wasn't a big fan of it. There were parts of it that were all right, but I just didn't really care so much for Tenet. And then the one before that, what was the name of the other one? The one with the World War II movie in Britain. I can't remember the name of that movie now too. So anyway, so the last 2, I didn't love as much as other the Dark Knight trilogy, or even like Inception or Memento, all those other movies that Christopher Nolan has done in the past that were great. The last 2 projects that he's made, I wasn't really satisfied with. They're a bit disappointing. This one does look pretty good though. Like it actually does look like I may actually like it, or it might get to the level as to what I was expecting Christopher Nolan to be, based on previous projects that I've seen that I've loved and stuff. So it's set obviously during the World War II era, and I am very curious to see how he's going to portray this character, and I'm trying to see if they're gonna paint Oppenheimer as a good guy, or are they gonna say that he was maybe something that he shouldn't have done? Like, I'm curious to see how they're gonna do this. So I'm definitely excited for this one, and then hopefully this movie is not one of those disappointing Nolan movies. Your thought on Oppenheimer, Matthew?
This is my second most anticipated movie of the year, I think. Even before we had much, we just had like a very short trailer with like I think it only just showed Oppenheimer, like it's just a still frame or something, and I've been excited ever since. And this movie has a really stacked cast. I think Robert Downey Jr. is in this.
Yeah, I
I
think so.
think Jack Quaid is in this, who's one of my favorite all-time actors,
And Matt Damon.
and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Oh, Interstellar. Interstellar is another movie that I really did like. So that came out in 2014. And the one that I couldn't think of is Dunkirk. Dunkirk.
Oh.
I know a lot of people love Dunkirk, and there are parts of it that I did like. And ultimately, I would say it's a movie that I did recommend. It was just not at the level that I've put Christopher Nolan in. Whether it's fair or not, I don't know. But Tenet and Dunkirk were a bit disappointing, at least to me. But hopefully this one's good. Oppenheimer, hopefully this one's at that Nolan level. Any other thoughts on this?
I'm excited to see this. I'll definitely try my hardest to see this as soon as possible.
All right, the next one here is The Haunted Mansion. Disney's The Haunted Mansion. This one's coming out a week after that, July 28th, I believe. So this is a remake. So Disney did already try to make this back in 2003 with Eddie Murphy. I watched that movie and I hated it. This one looks like it might be decent, but I don't have high expectations for this one though. If I were to take a bet and say this is going to be good or poor, I would lean towards it being poor. So I don't think it's going to be good, but I always like things that are like horror or like Halloweeny or like haunted, things like that. And so that's why I'm interested in watching it, and then I'll probably still watch this. But what are your thoughts on this, the Haunted Mansion movie?
I also hated the original. I saw it. I don't remember if it was last Halloween or the one before that, but I hated that movie. And this movie looks lame and unfunny. That's like really all I can narrow it down to. The trailers just didn't call to me at all.
Yeah, because this one has Rosario Dawson, Owen Wilson, and I think Danny DeVito. I think I saw him in this trailer. So yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if I see that. Oh, this Rotten Tomato score is like 30% or some shit. But yeah, we'll see how this one turns out. Because Disney has been trying to make those movies from the rides, like the Jungle Cruise a couple years ago, and then obviously Pirates of the Caribbean, and they're trying this one again. So we'll see how this one comes out, or turns out, I should say. Next one here is The Meg 2. And there's a subtitle to this one. I just forgot what it is. I think it's like Trench or something. I forgot what it's called. Jason. I forgot how to pronounce the last name. Anyways, you guys know who this guy is. The Jason, British action guy. The Meg 2. Did you watch the first one, Matthew?
Nope, I had no idea this franchise existed until
really?
just now.
Okay, so I did watch the first one because it looked like a lot of fun, and there's a lot of fun sequences in the first Meg. Ultimately, it wasn't that good. I think I gave it like a C, or something to that effect. The Meg 2 looks kind of like the same. It comes out in early August. I think it's like August 4th.
Yes.
If there's nothing else to watch, I'll probably watch this, and I'm sure I'll enjoy certain scenes. I'm not expecting this to be really good though. And it did actually make more than enough money to actually warrant or at least result with a sequel, which we're going to probably see in August. So this is the Meg 2, and yeah, we'll see how this one turns out. So you probably won't be watching this, Matthew?
Probably not. I don't even know what it's about. A shark, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the what do you call it?
The
The
megalodon.
yeah, exactly right. So that's why I was curious in watching it the first time. So yeah, so I think they're gonna try to like go over the top with this one, as you can see in the trailer. Did you watch the Meg 2 trailer?
No.
Okay, so there's a lot of crazy stuff going on there, without it getting to being too Sharknado like. But yeah, so we have that. So let's see. So let's move on to the next one here. I think we have just a couple more left here. So the next one here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it's Mayhem.
Yeah.
This is the animated version of this. And, growing up, I was always a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. I had all the Ninja Turtle toys, at least the actual Ninja Turtles. And I had that minivan, the Turtle van or whatever. So I had that one too. And then they had the live action Ninja Turtle movies, which I liked growing up as well. The first two, the third one sucked. The one when they go to Japan, that one sucked. But the first two I liked. And then they did a couple of CGI or animated Ninja Turtle movies, and they were okay. Didn't I take you to see one of them?
I think the second one.
Yeah, I forgot what the second one was
Yeah,
called.
I don't
But
really like either of those.
yeah, they were kind of like whatever. They weren't really that good. And now we're having this one. This one, Seth Rogen is involved in this one, and the animation style is kind of like the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse,
And the Puss in Boots too.
and yeah, the Puss in Boots. So it's kind of like that style, and they actually cast
Children.
children, to portray the the teenage Ninja Turtles. So we'll see how this one turns out. I still don't know if I'm gonna watch this. I just don't know. It might be one of those movies that I'll just wait to see if if the critics are liking it or the overall audience are liking it. But we'll see what happens with this one. And I think that comes out the same day as Meg 2. I think it comes out August 4th as well. Your thoughts on this, Matthew?
I'm actually decently excited for this. It looks like it has a lot of heart gone into it. It's like the animation looks really good based off the trailer, and I do like that they actually cast children, like you said, especially since they're supposed to be teenagers, and like majority of the time it's like a grown man's voice coming from the turtle.
So we'll see how this one turns out. So again, depending on what I hear or see, I may or may not watch this, but that's coming out in August. Okay, a couple more left here. I think it's like two more. This one is the Gran Turismo movie that's coming out a week after that. I think it's August 11th, I believe. So there's a video game based on this, and apparently this movie, I guess there's parts of this movie that is also based on a true story. I don't know if that's accurate or true or not, or they're just trying to use that for marketing. Yeah, this guy here, I never seen him before. I don't know his name. I don't know if he's a new actor or maybe he's in one of those shows that I don't watch, like one of those teenage shows that I don't watch. I don't recognize him, but obviously he's the main guy here in Gran Turismo. Orlando Bloom, Legolas, he's in this movie, and the guy from Stranger Things, David Harbour.
Oh yeah, David Harbour.
David Harbour, he's in this movie. I don't have any plans on watching this. The trailer didn't really convince me. I don't think it's a movie that I would like, so I may not even bother with this one. What are your thoughts on this one, Matthew?
This movie looks lame. The concept is also just like it just doesn't make sense like at all. But yeah, I probably won't watch this. I won't watch this. I will not go to this.
So you just straight up
Yeah.
not watching this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, most likely I'm gonna say maybe like 80%. I'm not gonna watch this, but we'll see. Okay, and then the next one here, and I think this is the last one. I think this is the last movie for this 2023 summer movie preview, and this is Blue Beetle, DC's Blue Beetle, and so this one, I was very curious to see how this character is gonna be portrayed here. I mean, I haven't heard much about this character exactly, but what was interested about this is because when Warner Brothers was bought out by the Discovery people, this I think this was supposed to go to streaming first. I think it was going to go to HBO Max directly. But when the new owners saw this movie, they decided to actually push it, and I believe it was the new owners. I don't think it was the old ownership. Either way, they saw this movie and they saw that there's a potential that they can make money. That it was definitely good enough for them to make money off this movie. So they decided that no, we're going to put this in theaters. And the main star in this is the guy from
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, yeah. And his name is Zolo Maridueña, who's playing Jamie or Jaime Reyes. So you've seen the trailer of this, right, Matthew?
Yes.
And George Lopez is in this movie, which I don't know if he might take me out of it or not. We'll see. The trailer, there was things in the trailer that I like, but there's a lot of things in the trailer that were pretty, like, I don't know if I want to say campy, but
No, yeah, it's can be.
it's not good. And then there were some things that it looked too like Iron Man. It looked too familiar to other comic book characters that we've seen already. So I was hoping that there'll be something a little different because we have this, Hispanic main character, DC, going to be in, being released in the theaters. So I had a bit of expectations for this one. The trailer, like I said, there's parts of it that I liked, but there's a lot of it that I didn't. What are your thoughts on this movie?
I do like this character a lot. It's cool that they're embracing the goofiness, but they're kind of doing it in a more Nickelodeon, Disney Channel superhero movie kind of way.
Yeah.
Instead of like, they could have done something a little more not that.
Yeah, so far I do have plans of watching it, but if I see that the critics or the audience are just not liking this, then I may not. But I mean, we'll see. Hopefully it's decent, and then I'll still watch it. But so that's Blue Beetle, and I think that comes out on August 18th, I believe. Yeah, so that's Blue Beetle. Any other final thoughts on this?
I think I'll watch this. Probably the first movie I watch the day it comes out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so nothing else here. So that was the summer movies 2023 preview that we're doing for today. And so like I said, I wasn't going to talk about every single movie that was coming out in the summer, just some of the main ones that are popular and that people may be interested in watching. Because there's some other movies that are coming out that I'm thinking in my head right now that I didn't mention. Like, for example, Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. That's technically still summer, but that comes out like in Labor Day weekend or so. So that's it for our 2023 movie preview. And the other last segments that we have here for today is we are doing, this is the first time that we're doing like an unboxing review of a hot toy. So we're going to do this, me and Matthew, in just a bit here. So what I did is I recorded part of the unboxing or most of the unboxing before, and then I edited it, and then I'll show the video of that, and then we'll talk about it because it'll be a bit of a pain in the ass to actually do an unboxing live with all these little pieces of the hot toy here. So we have the Luke Skywalker Mandalorian Season 2 hot toy that I recently got here. So we're going to unbox it and review it and talk about it. So like I said before, recently I've been adding some hot toy segments. Hot toys, they usually make figures about movies, TV, and so forth. So it's very well connected to what we do, movie canon, and it's fun to talk about it. At least I think so. And then Matthew has a couple hot toys. I have a couple now, and so this is the most recent one that I got here. So this is the Luke Skywalker one. from Mandalorian season 2. That's that epic battle or epic scene from the show. Now, as we go back to this scene from Mandalorian season 2, what I was thinking when I watched this is what type of response would we have gotten in the theater? So just imagine watching a movie. Let's say there was a Mandalorian or whatever type of Star Wars movie. Imagine not knowing that Luke Skywalker was going to appear in this, let's say, movie or whatever, in the theater, and this is what we see theatrical. What kind of responses do you think you'll be getting, Matthew? Seeing a scene like this in the theater, and this is the first time that you see that you were not expecting this. What do you think you'll hear? Or what would you do? It's like, let's say you're in a movie and then you see this scene in the theater.
Personally, when I watched this scene, I had no audible reaction. I was kind of like in disbelief. I was like, "There's no way that's Luke Skywalker."
Right?
Like I was like, "Oh, that's Cal Kestis, Sokatano." Like,
yeah,
I was just like,
even though you see the X-wing, right?
Yeah, like I don't know. I was just in disbelief and like, but I was freaking out internally when I saw the scene.
Yeah, so I was just thinking like because I just recently rewatched that scene, right, with Mando in the rescue episode, which is the finale of season 2 of Mandalorian, and I was just thinking like I can't even imagine like if we saw this for the first time in the theater, like all the Star Wars fans and all the people just probably people were crying. I bet you anything that some fans will be crying watching that. So I was just I was thinking about that. But that's an awesome scene. I know I wanted a Star Wars hot toy, and obviously Luke is a big representation of Star Wars, in my opinion. And then of course Darth Vader, Anakin, and so forth. So I wanted a Luke hot toy, and this one is the one that's grabbed my attention the most, because of that scene. So this is a great scene in Mandalorian season 2. So we're gonna do this little unboxing review and so forth. So we'll do that right now. And are you ready for this, Matthew?
Sure.
Okay, so here's the footage here, and then we'll talk about it here. Okay, so here is obviously the box. You have the sideshow sticker on the front there. And so this is the deluxe version of the Luke Skywalker Mandalorian Season 2 hot toy. And it comes with a dark trooper, a damaged dark trooper, as you saw the little footage, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen. So this one here, like I said, I wanted a Luke Skywalker because, particularly because of this scene here in Mandalorian. And this one has Grogu as well. So Grogu is in there. I'll pull him out in just a bit here. But as you can see here, some people call this Luke to be the, what do you call it? Either the fake Luke or the CGI Luke. I'm sorry, CGI Luke, or whatever the case might be. So that's the face here. So if you can look at that, that looks pretty good. I mean, I really do like this look, and the hair looks really good as well. So I totally see Luke Skywalker, and it's up to you if you think he looks like Mark Hamill or not, or more like Sebastian Stan.
I think it looks more like Sebastian.
More like Sebastian Stan. Now the boots look really good, as you can see right there, and then there's the Dark Trooper there. It is damaged, and then you can set him up to be, so you can put it right next to the Luke and stuff like that. And it does light up, so there's some batteries that you put towards the back of the Dark Trooper, and it'll light up. And we'll show you that in a bit after we cover this footage here. I don't present it here in the video, but I'll show it to you guys live right now in just a moment. And again, there is a Grogu, so I'll show you guys the Grogu right now. And then Matthew has a Mando hot toy that comes with Grogu as well. And I think the Ahsoka hot toy for Mandalorian, that one comes with a Grogu as well. So all of those seem to have Grogu. So you see him right here. That's Baby Yoda Grogu. So it comes with your Luke Skywalker from Mando Season 2 hot toy. And also it also comes with its own, like, another set of hands. And I haven't really played around with that yet, but that's what we got there. So far, Matthew, your thoughts on what you've seen of this Luke hot toy?
A really good hot toy. Like personally, I want it. Like, This is just like, especially the Dark Trooper, it just looks really, really good.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of just in general like stormtroopers and things like that. Like I think they look cool, and they're usually not that expensive to get, you know. And the Dark Trooper, I thought they were really cool in Mando when they presented them in Mando season 2, and then you can see here it's a holograph of the
Real light cruiser, yeah.
rights of the cruiser there, um, which is Moff
Gideon.
Gideon's, right? So it comes with that too. So again, that's part of the deluxe hot toy version there, and then it comes with the the little booklet so you know how to like change things if you need to change the hands because there's a bunch of hands, uh, either the one with the gloves or just the regular hands, left to right. So it comes with several of them. And this little thing that you see, a little display thing, that's something you can set in the background. Obviously, that's the interior of that elevator that Luke uses when he takes Grogu. And then it comes with the rope here. So, what are your thoughts so far of what you're seeing, Matthew?
I love it. It's really cool, especially because Luke Skywalker is probably one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Definitely, probably my second favorite, and especially this outfit is my favorite look of his.
Yeah, so this one, so the arm that you saw right now, that one actually, that's where you put the batteries. So you put the batteries with in the arm that has the lightsaber or the what do you call it, the hilt, is it?
Yeah,
So you put the batteries in that one, and then it'll light up. And we'll show you that live in a bit here. I didn't do it in the actual video because I needed to display other things here. But so again, so that's the Luke here, Skywalker, and you can also remove the hair, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to remove the hair. So you can move the eye. So it's rolling eyeballs. You can move them so that Luke could look either to the side or whatever the case you want. You can do that. So that's why you can remove the hair and just adjust it in the back. So that's the Luke there, and let me see. So I'm gonna put the robe, and I think I was like having trouble putting it on actually because I didn't want to be in the scene. So I was like trying to do that without actually having to like get in the shot. But yeah, it comes with the robes, which obviously completes the look, and it looks really, really cool. Like I really do like this. I'm glad it came out as well as it did. Any other thoughts on this, Matthew?
I just think this is like a really good looking hot toy.
Yeah, and like again, I like that it comes with the dark trooper, and then that he's all damaged and like destroyed and shit. So I do like that, and then like I said, we'll show you right now when it lights up. And those are the gloves. So there's different types of one that you could just a fist, one that you could possibly hold another lightsaber because there's a couple lightsabers there, and then there's a hand like that, so you can using the force or whatever the case might be. So it comes with all those as well. And then right now we'll get to the other hands that Luke's comes with. So again, I think it's like 5 of them or maybe 4 of them. Same thing. It'll have like a fist, or it has the hand so you can actually put like a lightsaber on there, or the hands, the gesture there that he's using the force or whatever the case might be there as well. So, and then those are the batteries. So the batteries go into the back of the Dark Trooper or the Luke Skywalker arm, where it'll help with the light of the lightsaber, the green light. And that's the set right there. And I didn't put the lightsaber in this footage here, but we'll, like I said, we'll show you right now in just a moment. Any other thoughts on that? I think this video is almost over.
No, I think it's just like generally like just really good looking. That's basically it.
Yeah, so I mean they have other Luke hot toys like the Bespin. I think that's the end of the footage there. So they have the Luke Bespin, which I consider getting that, and then they also have some older ones that's are not available for pre-order. You have to buy them from like second market or whatever on eBay or whatever the case might be. They have the Luke dressed up as a stormtrooper and stuff like that. So this is the one that I wanted here. So let's see. So let's show the rest of this. So here's the Dark Trooper. and it's. Can you even tell that it's like
Yeah,
lit up?
oh, looks better on camera.
Oh, does it? Yeah. So like it lights up, and the issue with this one is that I guess you have to remove the back of the Dark Trooper to turn it on and off. So there's no way to, at least from what we can tell, there's no way to actually like just press a button and then it'll turn off. So you have to either go in there and and remove the back to turn it on or off. So that's a bit of a negative thing there when it comes to the Dark Trooper. But I do like that it comes with this hot toy of Luke. And then we have the Luke Skywalker here. Now this one does have the lightsaber, and you can see that the light it's lit up here, and then it's on the base, and it doesn't come with a clamp, so which is kind of good because it can just stand by itself. Like if you don't use that, it can still stand by itself perfectly fine, as you saw in the footage earlier. But it doesn't come with a clamp, so you can just kind of like sit on that thing right there, and it stands perfectly fine.
Yes.
So I like this hot toy, this Luke Skywalker, and I think it might still be available. I don't think it's one of the other ones that is kind of like sold out or so old that you have to buy through a second market or whatever the case might be. Any other thoughts on this Luke Skywalker Mando Season 2 hot toy?
Nope. It's really, really cool.
All right, so that was the unboxing and review of the Luke Skywalker Mando Season 2 hot toy. So I think that was pretty much it for our stream today of the Met Report episode. Then guys, let me know if you're still interested in things like this, these hot toys reviews or announcements or things like that. If that's something that is interesting to you, that you want to hear more about, I'll definitely continue doing that. I'm still doing, giveaways. That I went back to doing some Funko giveaways and so forth. Actually, there is one more thing that I mentioned that I was gonna do. So we have this giveaway. So this one is still open. The holographic Luke Skywalker Funko Pop giveaway. I'll probably announce this one closer to the date of the 40th anniversary, because I believe Return of the Jedi came out on May 25th. 1983, so I may announce the winner that day. I'll let you guys know. So if you haven't entered yet and you want this, go ahead and do that. It's still open. It'll remain open still for a little bit, for a couple weeks or so, and then I'll announce the winner. But there is another one. There's a bonus giveaway that I'm also doing today. So again, we did this 2023 Summers movie preview. So I wanted to do another Funko giveaway related to these movies. And of course I picked The Flash. So the Flash movie, I should say, because the Funko giveaway is the Michael Keaton Batman Funko unmasks. So you can see the Michael Keatonness, an older Michael Keatonness of this giveaway. So this is a new giveaway. This is a separate giveaway. So you would obviously have to follow the instructions separately. You entering for the Luke does not automatically enter you to this one. So you do have to do that separately. So that's what we have. So this Funko Pop giveaway of Batman Michael Keaton from the Flash movie has opened. And minimum requirements, like always, I'll need to actually activate it. The Luke Skywalker has been activated like within a day, so that one's good to go. There will be a winner for the Luke. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with getting enough entries for this one, but this is the next Funko Pop giveaway. It'll be running at the same time as the Luke one, and then I'll post more information about how to enter it, which will be the same as the Luke one, on Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. So this is the new one. So 2 Funko giveaways running at the same time. So that's Michael Keaton, Batman, and Luke Skywalker 40th anniversary. Enter separately, and I will announce the winner by the end of the month. So again, that was the Michael Keaton Batman Funko giveaway. All right, so then that was it, everyone. So again, I'll give you guys more details about the Funko later, or the giveaway later. So that'll conclude today's live stream. And Matthew, thank you so much for joining me this Mother's Day.
Sure.
And we have some plans for later regarding Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys who joined us live, I hope you grabbed your mom and watched this. Or if you're gonna watch it later today, grab your mom and watch it. So that's it, everyone. So again, the giveaways are open now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already for future content and future giveaways. So that'll conclude today's streaming. And thank you so much, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys later.